Hello, my name is Bianco. In this video I will talk about the current situation in German-speaking parts of Europe, mainly Germany, Switzerland and Austria. We have now nearly reached the end of the year. It's December 2021 and the situation there gets worse and worse beyond belief. Every day bad news surface, and I want to make that more public for the rest of the world how that's gonna go, and that we can address those points of the current situation which are absolute not correct or positive over there. I'm gonna start with Austria. Austria has the mandatory corona shot from the February 1st, 22. If you don't do that, by then everybody that didn't do the corona shot by that time gonna get a letter with a bill, with basically a fine from the Austrian government. Currently that is by 3,600 euro. Because of the registration with the corona passport and vaccination passport and how you're gonna call it, they see pretty exactly who did get the shot and who not. So you get that letter with the 3,600 euro fine in February. If you then still not gonna get the corona shot, they put you up to one full year in prison, in Beugehaft. That's the German word for corrective prison. You have to pay for that solitude prison time yourself. There's no telling yet how expensive that's gonna be, but for sure it's gonna be a really high price, because they're gonna keep you basically separate from all the other prisoners there, because of the corona rules that they put up. So that is absolute beyond belief. You have already a fine that is roughly 2 times the monthly paycheck that you get in Austria, that they say they're gonna start first. Then the news came that is 3,600 euro in that bill, in that fine letter from the government, as I mentioned. Of course, the government there changes quite a lot. It's pretty much like in Italy. Every couple weeks the people get changed there, but so far nothing for the better to all the people there. We have online, you can see that for yourself. There are thousands and thousands of people in Austria protesting against those rules, against the lockdown. The lockdown is in place now, of course, again too. So you can basically only do the get a bit food from the store, and that's pretty much it. You cannot go to concerts, you cannot go to buy other stuff or vacations or travel or something like that. So it's already absolute disgusting worst condition there in Austria, and they were, as best as I see, after the Vatican in Rome, the first ones that made the corona shots mandatory, and that is simply absolute not correct. It's gonna go again, the movement gonna go from Austria like in 1933, and we have there quite some parallels to that situation back then to now. Now over to Germany. Merkel is finally gone. 16 years of destroyment of German values are gone. The new government that follows is even worse, unfortunately. We had yesterday the news that the person who gonna be the health minister is a absolute unqualified person that he gonna get that work. So what he scares the people into is again the mandatory corona shot and the lockdown for pretty much everything. The companies gonna go kaput and bankrupt about that. They have already now the lockdown, and they did divide the people basically in such who have the corona shot and such who don't have the corona shot. And first they started the lockdown with the non-corona shot people, but now that is for everybody as usually. They also put a German military general from the army in command of further positions and decisions about the corona, how that's gonna go there, and that is now basically transferred from civilian people over to the military. They also appoint, how it looks, animal doctors, veterinaires to give the corona shot. We have now the situation that goes towards about 70 people have the corona shot, and with all the pressure, with all the difficulties, more and more people are forced to get the corona shot just to have a little bit of a freedom back, but that's basically no freedom, because they need to get more corona shots after a certain amount of weeks, and booster shots and all that. So it's basically not a freedom, it's just more and more shots of unknown substances that you get into your body there. So but this will lead in 22 to a mandatory corona shot situation in Germany as well. Currently, about the logistics and the planning, the time frame is March of 22. By then, in that direction it goes, like 90% gonna have the corona shot, minimum one way or another, if they want it or not, and the rest gonna get absolute mistreated in a similar way like in Austria, if that's gonna go all the way to that. And finally the situation is worse than back then in East Germany. That is absolute unbelievable. Then I want a quick talk about the situation in Switzerland, the smallest part of the three. There is currently a lockdown too. Unfortunately, like 2 weeks ago, there was a public vote, so every Swiss citizen that is over there could vote, and the matter was if the Swiss people wanted to vote for more corona restrictions, like the certification, the passports and all that. And unfortunately they did vote for more restrictions and for more lockdowns and passports and all that. It's still for me unbelievable how those people are over there to vote for such a thing, to be more enslaved as ever before. So, but anyway, that they did vote for that, so they gonna get it. So they have now again a lockdown, and yesterday they said the mandatory corona shot and boosters is mainly for older people. They did not mention a certain age, but I would say like retired people, like with 60, 62, something like that. And that is only a step away from the corona shot mandatory for everybody, which I expect to be announced every day. for now that gonna come, how that looks. That is simply the direction where that goes in all of the German speaking parts of Europe. Now we want a quick look over to Italy, just over the border. The Pope from the Catholic Church did announce that apparently he don't want to bless any people anymore that did not get or did not have the corona shot. Then we look a bit north in Sweden. They already got a step further. They have chip implanted in the hand in a test for all the corona shots and the vaccination records are directly on the chip in the body of the human, so that they can easier read it out if you want to go in a store or something, and that nobody much can cheat, or way less cheat than with the papers. Apparently in Germany at least some of the corona papers are forged and fake ones that are around there. But in Sweden they did go a step further with that chip implantation. Now the general direction is pretty much in whole Europe the same. I concentrate on the German parts because it was my mother language. I did grow up with Swiss German, so I understand the details way better than I would with Italian or French for that matter. And as best as I see in the neighboring countries, it's gonna go in the same direction. And of course there are big protests going on every weekend or every week, with thousands of people protesting all these criminal dictatorship requirements and the rules that they set up there. So yeah, here in USA we better watch it really close, because the situation in Europe, as I did detail out, is absolute gonna go worse if that comes through like that. It's again like 1933. The parallels of the history are completely there, open to be seen for everybody that is interested and actually look at it. As best as I see in in Australia, there it's even a step worse. There is a German man that post online how the situation is, so we get it in Deutsch, what he experienced there in Australia, since he did emigrate over there as I did emigrate to USA. So apparently in Australia it's even on the worse side, or the worst side so far, so we need to watch that situation there too. I hope this Chinese plague gonna get over pretty soon, and without forced vaccinations on people. That is absolutely not correct, and it's beyond belief that history try to repeat itself just because the people don't watch what they are doing, the surrounding and what's happening. Be safe.